Holy smokes, we're off to the races here. Top 4, number 2. We've got Nettie with the Chomp versus Mateus with the Dragapult Hero's Cape to Dunsparce build. Looks like Nettie is going first here. Does have the Buddy Poffin. Gibble's on the way. And then into the Fighting Gong. Prediction? Yeah, I got you. Did I pay out the last prediction? I don't actually know. Predictions up. Who do you got? Nettie with the Chomp on the left versus Mateus with the Dunsparce Dragapult on the right. I feel like as far as Garchomp versus Dragapult goes, this build of Dragapult probably has the best Garchomp matchup, right? No Fez, no Meowth. You're built to be more consistent without having to put those things in play. Hero's Cape to prevent the one-hit KO. Holy Roselias. Oh, do we have to get a Gabite here? Oh, I'm gonna go for another Gibble. Duster's probably best into it. Oh, sure. This is better than straight Pulp. That's kind of where my head was at, like comparing this to straight Pulp. But you are probably right. Pult Dusknoir is probably the best version of Pult into Garchomp. Pult Garchomp. Pult Nor. You know what I'm saying. All right, Brock scouting here for Mateus. Does Mateus even play a hand disruption card? I feel like Mateus doesn't even play Judge or Harlequin. There's literally 0 hand disruption cards. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, just in terms of like thinking about the format, like where you feel like you're just like comfortable to not play a hand disruption card. Oh, that's right. He said he doesn't, right? He plays the Acerola. He doesn't play a hand disruption card. He plays the Acerola's Mischief. I see, like it's trying to have like a similar effect though. Prize cards? Yeah, we can go back and look at them real fast. Oh, the Cape is prized. And actually, it's in the middle 4. That could actually be bad. Because by the time Mateus draws the Cape, Nettie might win on the next turn. That's actually really, really bad. That Cape prizing lineup is really, really bad. I guess maybe he could buy a turn to get into it through the Acerola's Mischief. But then Nettie could theoretically win with like Boss at the end there. Gives up the Risky Ruins off the rip here. I feel like that's a pretty high value card. To be able to build up damage to get the Roserade KOs on the bench. It looks like maybe didn't have a choice. Oh, gonna push the Monkey Door. Doesn't want to give up that free prize card. Makes sense. All right, into the Gabite here from Nettie. And no free prize cards here. I guess you could still get a KO here from Nettie, but it would require a lot. It would require a ton, yeah. I guess as Nettie here, you're not even attacking, right? Because you don't want to leave damage in play just for Mateus to take advantage of through the Monkey Dory. Roger's plus 2 Premium Power Pros. Yeah, but you definitely don't want to. I don't think you want to expend your Premium Power Pros to KO this Monkey Dory. Like, even if we had double Premium Power Pro here, it's probably a mistake, right? Is it a 4/4 Roserade this build, or is it it looks like it maybe is a 3/3 actually. Was there any prize? Two tool cards prize. I don't know how many power weights Eddie plays. So far, pretty clean setup. Goes for... Oh, we got the Boss Dreepy KO turn 2. Okay, that is about as bad as it gets here for Mateus. That is literally the worst possible. We didn't even item lock on the previous turn. Pretty cringe. Pretty cringe. If you're Mateus. Rush just chases Roserades. W, you can't, Charles. The Roserade has 130. So you boss it to punch it for 120, then they just retreat it. And then they punch you with Gabite again. It's a 4-3. Oh, 4-3 Roserade? Okay. Why do you retreat the Badoo, though? He didn't want to give up a prize card. The Monkey Dory was like super hard to take a KO on there. It made sense. Now he's gonna give up the Badoo this turn, I'm sure, but now he's gonna go down to the 2 prize cards. Oh, we're gonna try and boss here to slow things down. Maybe he feels like he has to. He had a Pokegear in hand, so he could have tried to get a Lily instead. Wait, we have no energy in play. Yeah, I think Mateus is trying to cheese this a little bit. If he feels like he's just too far behind, if Nettie can attack with a Garchomp on the turn, then it makes sense. Because currently Nettie can just go. Nettie is set up to just go Garchomp knockout after KOing this Badoo here. So if Nettie can KO the Badoo here, kind of cooked. Chomp is in. Do we have an energy to retreat? Or honestly, any way to retreat? Oh, he did whiff. That's huge. That's what Mateus was looking for. Honestly, even gave that damage on the Roserade as well to build up for maybe... well, we might just be KOing this Roserade, actually. But, yeah, that's huge. Nettie, no follow-up. You could argue maybe an overextension from Nettie on the previous turn with attaching the energy to the Gabite. That might have been a misplay. Maybe should have held the energy to play around this possibility. If you can retreat this turn, it's probably still fine. Yeah, but we know... I mean, you're living off the top deck here. It has to come through the top deck. A draw supporter or an energy to move this Roserade. If not, that might give enough time for Mateus to stabilize. It might still end up in that situation, though, where... Mateus, like, without the Hero's Cape, you're still just not going to be able to survive to the end game. Got our Dunsparce. Trackloak number 1 here. Bad. Dragloak number 2. Keep cycling. No energy for turn yet, but of course, I mean, we have Crispin if we whiff this turn. But I think you do want to get... Well, I don't know how many stadiums Mateus plays. Does play 1 Risky Ruins, but discarded that earlier. If Mateus plays 2 Risky Ruins... I mean, I guess you don't need the damage spread yet. If you do just want to pick off the Roserades, that's the important part, is to KO the Roserades. Got a Dark Energy for turn. Got a 3rd Dreepy, and then into the Itchy Pollen. Let's see. Still a big potential top deck for Nettie. And it is the Fighting Energy. We're free. What else do we have to go with it? Going with the Gabite. Probably getting another Garchomp online to protect that energy. Although I guess that doesn't really matter once again, because you can't even chase the... You could fail here and be safe. Does opt to just kind of thin out the deck of the last Garchomp there, leaving 1 Gabite around. Still looking pretty good for Nettie. Did whiff on that last turn. I think you're feeling okay here. Is it just going to be a KO on the Badoo now is the question, or do we maybe have a boss? Although, would we even want to play boss here, I guess, is also a question. Even if we had one. I don't even know if we would. Save those for later to play around the Acerol's Mischief, maybe. Which one is better versus Crustle? Chomp or Pult? Definitely Chomp. Well, I mean, you could tech the Pults to beat Crustle. Depends if you're going to tech or not, I guess. It's better. It's easier to tech Pulse for Crustle than Chomp for Crustle, I think, as well. So like, if you're gonna tech, then Pulse better. If you're not gonna tech, then Chomp's better. Oh, like in the finals. Oh, Mateus, because Mateus plays the Dunsparce EX. I think Mateus like probably auto wins the matchup. Mateus Paul can attack this turn. You said that about Starmie. You know what, chat? You can run the stream. You can run the stream, chat. I'll let y'all take it over from here. All right, start breaking down the gameplay. Go ahead, go. What do we got going on? It's your stream. It's your stream now, chat. I'm done. Yeah, I'm letting y'all take over. Time for the Rat Pack to rise up. Y'all have full control. I play Tokyo Drift. That's on you. It's all y'all. It's all y'all's now. Give me the money. Oh, we do have the Crispin here from Mateus, but it looks like we are whiffing. We're not attacking this turn. We're going to get a Psychic Energy established. That's going to give Nettie another prize card. This is feeling... I mean, this is pretty far out of reach. Is Nettie even playing the Rocky Fighting? Have we seen Rocky Fightings from Nettie? A third prize card given up. And we found some tool cards as well. The power weights are in. Rocky Fighting on the active. It's a little aggressive on the board side as well. He's really... The way he just postured that Garchomp against his Dreepy. Was about to go for attack. Use the Gabite ability first and then fails. And then, yeah, knockout onto the Dreep. Crustle is in the finals. The winner of this plays against Crustle in the finals. Hello from Prague. What do you think about this regionals? Awful. It's terrible. Literally the worst regional championship I've ever seen. But there's always another European event coming up, so I'm sure that one will be worse. You can always count on Europe, you know. All right, Droopy down. Draclo getting pushed. 3 prize cards left here for Nettie. 3 energy set up, and the big win condition or like comeback condition in this matchup for Mateus is the Hero's Cape, and it's prized. And it's in the middle of the prize cards. It's in prize cards 3 and 4. So Mateus, I mean, this one is probably basically over at this point. With the possibility of a Hero's Cape, maybe there was a route back into this. But with the Hero's Cape being prized, even if Mateus had Hero's Cape, I don't know if that would be enough, to be honest. This one is like pretty far gone. But the Hero's Cape is definitely like a big part of the... You need to get like an early... I feel like you need like an early Hero's Cape Pult in this matchup, to be honest. And then start picking apart the Rose Raids. But Nettie had a really good start. Was able to get that early prize card with the boss KO on the Dreepy. Which also picked off the energy. I guess Nettie did miss the follow-up knockout. But it's not like Mateus was doing a ton anyways, so... Cycling the Dunsparce here. There's another one to cycle if you want. It's going to start with the Buddy Buddy Poffin, though. And if you're competing, you would have wiped. What is this nonsense? Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? Would have been free. Tool Scrapper is goated. Yo, let's get that Scrapper involved. It might be Tool Scrapper's time. We'll see. I don't even know what you'd play it in, though, to be honest. Well, I don't even know if the Hero's Cape is going to, like, pick up after this as well, though, I guess. All right, Dunsparce number 2 here for Mateus. Mateus's hand is just massive, man. What is this? Do we just not even have a play out of this? We have a Dragapult. We have an energy. But what does that even lead to? There's nothing. This doesn't lead to anything. Doing a quick energy check. There's the Crispy. Ooh, no double energy just because the attachment on the active. I mean, that's probably, I mean, I don't know. It's, well, at this point, what is enough? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is, this is looking kind of cooked. I don't know if anything's enough at this point. There is the Dragapult. Risky Ruins. Wait, you put 6 on the Garchomp? We're not even going to go after the Rose Raids here? I mean, maybe that's correct. I don't even know what's correct here, to be honest. I mean, this is just cooked. The game is cooked. The game is just like 100% cooked. Pokepad's getting burned here from Netty. Might just see them get failed. We'll see. He's eyeing up the Spiritomb, actually. He goes for Spiritomb Roselia. It's not correct. You target the Rose Raids or lose. I mean, maybe in this situation you have to go for some kind of chomp chase. I don't even know. Oh, I guess, okay. There is a line here for Mateus where you can go... Next turn, you can go Acerora's Mischief on a Dragapult. Oh, okay. You can go to game 2. There's a line here where we go to game 2, and then we win game 2, and we win game 3, and then we win the match. He does play Acerora's Mischief, yeah. We're good here. We just have to go to the next game. That's where we take over. Just need to get there, you know. All right, game 2. Mateus will get to go first, which definitely makes a difference in that evolution advantage. Try and match the pace of Garchomp a little bit better. I just think one thing about Mateus' build is like super vulnerable to, well, maybe not that. I mean, like Watchtower's annoying, but it's not that bad. You still got Dracloaks. It seems like Mateus only plays the one Risky Ruins for stadiums. All right, here we go. Why did Poltnor fall off? Isn't it good even after Iono and Counter Catch rotated? Yeah, it's still good. The question is not what's good, though. The question is what's best. When someone's playing Dragapult, they're not really concerned. Like when most people like pick a deck or like an archetype, like people are trying to find the best way to play Dragapult. No one's concerned with playing the best way to play Dragapult Dusknoir. Usually people are like, yeah, trying to find the best way to play a deck or a card. So more people think that the best way to play Dragapult is not Poltnor. So that's why they're not playing Poltnor. There's definitely a difference between just like trying to play they're not the like Poltnor and like straight Polt aren't technically the same archetype, but they fall under like a same umbrella, and people are concerned what's best out of that umbrella. They're not concerned with maximizing Poltnor. They're concerned with they're not concerned with maximizing Poltnor's potential. They're concerned with maximizing Dragapult's potential. Our 2 Dracloaks prize here for Mateus. That's not great, but we have the backup draw power of Dunsparce, so... And is going first. Okay, but it's okay to be wrong. Yeah, and they could be wrong, right? They could be. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that for sure. I don't really have an opinion personally, but... They're Polt players, not Poltnor players. Yeah, exactly. They're Polt players first, trying to find the best way to play Polt. They're not Nor players trying to find the best way to play Dusknor or trying to maximize Dusknor Polt's potential. Although I'm sure there are some players who are currently playing Poltnor who are doing that, but the majority of people are Polt players, not Poltnor players. A lot of people who played Poltnor last format played it because it was the best way to play Dragapult, not because it was Poltnor. Don't worry about it, Squirtle. You don't need to know what I'm up to. I'm a Badoo player, so you're also a Polt player. I'm going second. Is that bad? I mean, you'd prefer to go first, but Mateus lost the last game, so he chose first. It's not terrible. It's just like not. You prefer to go first. Gible, Roselia are in. Charm already down to the Roselia, and then into the Lily. Not bad. There's a Gible prize here for Nettie, which, I mean, that maybe could come up, but it's probably not that big of a deal. The big thing for Nettie here is to find an energy. Oh my gosh. I'm tired. Maybe I need to take caffeine. Which player would you say is favored in this matchup? I actually don't know. I think Chomp is neutrally favored against Straight Polt, but Mateus has the Hero's Cape and the Acerola, which I think maybe on average gives him a bigger advantage, but not having Unfair Stamp is also like... I would say it's possible Mateus has a better win percentage against Garchomp than the average Straight Polt list, but not by like a ton. But maybe they're all just like they're all unfavored no matter what. Because, like, I say that about the cape being kind of cool, but, like, also Unfair Stamp's kind of cool, so I don't know. It might be about equal. The Ace Rolls Mischief might be the big advantage, but it's hard to use Ace Rolls Mischief in a non-build like this. All right, the Roselias are in. The Gibles are in. So far, looking okay here for Nettie. Just needs that Gabite on the next turn. And would like an energy attachment this turn as well. And hey, well, yeah, just throw Double Gong at them. Play around the Badoo potential. You don't attach it. I was going to say, you don't attach to the active here, right? Interesting. I guess you do. There's a pass over to Mateus. Starting off with the Pokepad. Dracloak on the way. Attaching the tools to Roselia's early, right? Yeah, I mean, that's where they're usually going to want to end up. So that way Mateus can't, like, eventually snipe a Roselia off the bench. The second tool attachment there from Nettie was, I guess, unnecessary because, like, Mateus doesn't play any hand disruption, so you didn't have to attach it yet. You could have waited, then attach it next turn. But you're probably attaching it anyways. So it's not... I mean, he probably... The second attachment was bad, right? That was incorrect. But the first attachment before you Lilied is probably correct to start to load them up on the Roche Raids. You don't want to have to wait to find them. Like, you don't know how you're going to cycle through your deck. So you don't have to wait to... You don't want to wait to find them if you're going to be cycling your deck with, like, Lilies and stuff like that. You just want to get them in play, get them established where they're going to be best on average. It wouldn't be bad for one of them to be saved for a Garchomp later on, possibly, but I do see a Crispin there. And what was the other card? Dunsparce? This might be a kind of slow start for Mateus again. If he's thinking this hard about this choice, he definitely doesn't have a Lily in hand, right? Nope. Gonna be a Brox for a Dracloak. Pretty low value. We need something. We need to keep cycling. Might just be a leave Monkey Dory in the active angle here for Mateus. That probably makes the most sense, right? You don't want to give up that free prize card of a Badoo. Want to make Netty work for all the prize cards. Give yourself as much time as possible to work your way through these Rose Raids in the coming up turns. Receive Ruins, and I don't see what the other card was, but opts for the other card. Dunsparce makes its way to the bench. It only has the 2 Dreepy established yet. Does definitely need to get another Dreepy onto the bench at some point. There is 2 Dracloaks prize, though, for Mateus. Goes with the Pokepad aggressively here. Does Mateus know there's 2 Dracloaks prize, is my question now. I feel like the answer has to be no if he's grabbing a Dreepy. But, nah, I guess this kind of plays around like Boss KO Dracloak, right? If a Dracloak gets Boss KO'd, you could Night Switcher for a Dracloak. So I guess it plays around it a little bit. Despite having 2 Dracloaks prized, the Dreepy might be better than a Dunsparce. As long as the second Dunsparce isn't prized, that also might be prized. I'm actually not sure. Okay, what about this energy attachment to the active Gabite, though? Doesn't that seem a little off? Am I missing something? All right, all the Rose Raids found. You're not, unless we have like boss. Maybe we have boss here. Maybe we do just have boss KO Dracloak. We'll see. It's better to play a deck that has pretty good matchups against some decks and really bad matchups against some others, or a more flexible deck that can win almost every matchup. I think it's best to play a good deck that you enjoy playing, and then to not think about it too hard past that. We can KO the Monkey Dory here with a Premium Power Pro. Okay, then attachment, energy on attachment on the active makes sense then. If we're gonna get the KO here, we do get the KO there. Mateus' hand, Ultra Ball, Night Stretcher, a couple Dracloaks. Attacking here would be really good though, I feel like. I feel like this is a turn for Mateus to take advantage of the board state. Getting this energy out of play. We need to find a Fire Energy. We need to find a Dragapult. We do already have an Ultra Ball in hand, so Dragapult is guaranteed. Need the Fire Energy to go with it. Crispin would also work. Let's see. That's a Crispin. We did give up the Fire Energy to take it, but that does... We could have taken the Fire Energy instead, though, right? And then Ultra Balled for... The Crispin kind of locks us into Crispin, but like if we see Lily here, I feel like Lily's better. But then maybe we just assume we're drawing the fire off the Lily. Debating between the Risky Ruins and what was the other card there? I can't actually tell what it was. Maybe it was a Night Stretcher. Goes for the Risky Ruins. Maybe it was debating what the Ultra Ball away. Kind of wants Crispin so he can chain Pulse. I guess that is fair. You kind of do need a Crispin, if not this turn, then next turn. That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually. So don't even like try and bet on hopefully finding the Lily instead to lead to another Crispin on the next turn. Just commit to it now. Makes sense. What's for Dark Energy? Oh, we might be Ultra Balling it away. Yep, I think it is going to be the Ultra Ball here. And we got our Fire for turn. Okay, the potential to train Pulse is here. And with only 2 energy in play on Netty's side. Ooh, we have to give up the Risky Ruins. That's unfortunate. Maybe it's not that consequential, though. Maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Was it worth not killing Monkey so they'd have to retreat into Pult with Pult? Honestly, maybe, to be honest, Mudfish. Actually, we could go a step further than that as well and be like, okay, not only does it force Mateus to retreat, but we could have not attached to the active, and we could have just had 2 Gabites on the bench with an energy each and passed, right? That almost seems like a better situation to be in, to be honest. Instead of walking into this situation where Mateus probably will have the Dragapult attack, and then for us, on Netty's side, we have to expend all of our energy in play to knock out the Dragapult, and we're still on odd prize cards. Then I guess we can just go like Boss KO into KO Dragapult, and that still kind of works. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Honestly, I don't hate that line for sure. If he attached to the active on the first turn. Yeah, but he could have just not done that. He could have attached to the bench then, and then played for the second attachment, not going to the active again, and then just like leave the Monkey Door in the active. I think I would have been okay with that play for sure. I think that play almost seems better. Oh, we don't even have the KO this turn. We want punch, load up. This is a 2-hit KO with the punch though, right? Oh no, it isn't. With a Premium Power Pro, I guess it's a 2-hit KO. Wait. Are we missing some damage here? Am I trolling? 150. Is this supposed to be 190? That's definitely just not correct. All right. Shout out the judges. All resists. Oh, yeah, true. It is a flying type, so that makes sense. All right. Into the Dunsparce for 3. Back to the deck. Buddy Poff. Dunsparce back into play. There's one thing cool about the Dunsparce build is all these Pokemon search cards are just not dead like they normally would be. Yeah, I guess Nettie can just chain. No, it still works. It does still work for Nettie to play it out this way. I'm going for a boss on one of the Rose Raids. Maybe able to build up more damage on the other Rose Raid on the bench. Yeah, this is definitely looking okay here for Mateus. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I kind of don't like that KO from Nettie. But if Nettie's hand was dead anyways, which it looked like it was, maybe it wouldn't have made that big of a difference even if we had just chilled. Because Nettie could have, yeah, not attached active. I think the attachment active from Nettie was a misplay no matter what. Like, I wish it had been to the bench just so we had more flexibility with what we wanted to do on the following turn. We always had double energy in hand, and Mateus doesn't play hand disruption, so. But yeah, the way things are developing. Now, Mateus' hand, I'm pretty sure, is 2 Lilies and 2 Night Treasures, which isn't, like, extremely powerful, but got a couple Lokes to work with, so. What about Boss to Gabite and 6 to Garchomp? Boss on the Gabite also would have been pretty good, though. That is a good shout. Boss and Gabite there would have all, because then we sneak it through this one Garchomp and we win the game, right? Is Nettie attacking with the Spiritomb this turn? Okay. Can we get a tool card for this Rose Raid is what I'm wondering now. Well, yeah, we could have gone boss. We could have gone boss Gabite, put 10 on Rose Raid, right? 10 on Rose Raid, 5 on Garchomp or something like that. I kind of like that. That doesn't seem terrible. I'd have to like think about that play more, but yeah, going after the only Gabite / Gibble in play does not seem bad at all. You appreciate the 6 ones there, King. We will not get sick of playing the same deck straight for 2 years. I would. Some people don't, though. I mean, I think it kind of... I'm sure some people do to some extent. It depends what kind of deck it is, though, right? If you look at something like Gardevoir and like what Henry Chow did with Gardevoir, like... I mean, he was like making changes and innovating, you know, every other tournament or something like that. So, but Guardy's like a different case where like the deck changed so much from when Gardevoir EX was a thing to like what we had it now. Like it was constantly changing and moving. You could always like do new stuff, and it was like cool to be innovative with it. So, all right, there's the unfair stamp from Nettie. And this will lead to a KO on the active as well. But I mean, I don't even know if I like the unfair stamp here, to be honest. I feel like we maybe could have waited on this. Like this just isn't that powerful this turn, I feel like. Today's gonna get 2 cards. We got, whoa. We got 2 Dracloaks and 2 Dunsparce to work with here. I don't think you feel terrible about getting unfair stamped here. But yeah, I mean, I would personally with some decks, but yeah, some people don't. I think part of it as well is like, in what capacity are you actually playing the game? Like if I was someone who like kind of only like went to major tournaments and maybe some cups and challenges, but like I didn't play that much on TCG Live, I would probably be probably pretty comfortable with grinding the same deck for like a year or like year and a half and like not hate it. But like I play PTCG Live every single day, so I don't know if I could like I definitely would not be able to do that. Just like play this. Like imagine if I just like every time I streamed I play the exact same deck. That'd be crazy. But depends what you're doing. All right. Knock up with the Spiritomb here. But that honestly doesn't even seem that good. Like I feel like Mateus is still is fine. Like, okay, that's fine. Finds the Psychic Energy. That of course only works with the bench Strakloak. Find a Crispin and a Night Stretcher. Opts for the Night Stretcher, it looks like. A Year of Crustle would be peak content. All right, I'll see what I can do. Was that def enough to KO? Yeah, definitely. Measure for the Dragapult. Oh, we had the Fire Energy in hand for turn. We can KO the active. We also can KO the Rose Raid. And with no second Rose Raid in play, for Netty to want to KO a Dragapult on the next turn, Netty would need... You put 4 on the Gabite to threaten that, but it looks like maybe his all is just going to the Rose Raid. We need a Premium Power Pro here from Netty. I feel like Netty definitely could have played this game differently for sure. I think there's definitely better plays for Netty to have made. It's really hard to tell though because we can't see his hand. That's the one thing I hate about the new overlays. Like you can't see the player's hands, or sometimes you can barely see them. All right, second Garchomp setup here, but Mateus still has only 2 prize cards left. You just need a 2-hit KO one of these Garchomps to close this one out. Not a ton of options in Mateus's hand, I will say, but there's only 1 energy in play here for Netty. So if we go for the 1-hit, if we can even get to the 1-hit KO on this Dragapult as Netty, you have 0 energy in play next turn, so you can't threaten a Dragapult KO on the next turn. And it's possible Mateus could cycle both the Dunsparce out of play and be left with just a Dragapult in play. So boss KO isn't even a possibility. There's a Lily here from Netty. Netty needs a Premium Power Pro here. I'm sure probably only plays 2 to 3. Has already played 1. We have one Premium Power Pro left, I think. One or 2. This is an AzulGG. If Mateus can get there, it might be. All right, tool card found, put on the active. I don't think that really matters. We needed that previously for the Rose Raid that ended up going down from the damage spread. Line is probably boss kill bench and then go for the 1-shot. That could have been a line. I mean, that kind of puts you in the same spot, though. It doesn't really change too much about the Acerola possibility. Now, what is the play for Netty? Punch and draw. I mean, that feels like it should just be game, right? Like, we need a bigger play there from Netty for sure. Dunsparce coming in. This does not seem very winnable anymore. Mateus is probably just going to punch. Doing the math. Yeah, you 2-hit KO the active Garchomp. It's got 400 HP. 200, 200 works. Punch, 6 on the Rose Raid. If we're diving here, you should have attached a bench. Definitely, yeah, definitely. Well, no, but he attached active before he played Lily. He attached active, played Lily, tried to find the 1-hit KO with Premium Power Pro. So the sequence was still correct. Mateus shows him game. Yeah, I don't think Netty plays any hand disruption besides there's just a stamp. I think it's just stamp for hand disruption. Mateus wins game number 2. Yeah, it'd be interesting to go back and watch that one again and then see if there was anything better Nettie could have done there. Because I feel like there was some things Nettie could have done better in that one. For sure. 1 second. That's legal, sharing your cards for WinCon? Yeah, you can show your opponent you have game if you want. Yeah, nothing illegal about that. Very legal, very ethical. Very chill. Two Gibbles. There's the pass. It's so awkward. Like, this is a situation where I feel like using Badoo, back-to-back Badoos, could be very beneficial for Mateus. Nobody Poff in turn 1. Jeez, that is a hand. Yeah, so, like, Mateus could get, like, Badoo. Actually, Mateus only plays 1 Badoo, right? So it's, like, hard to chain Badoos. I feel like back-to-back Doos here could be pretty good. Creepy and Dunsparce EX are the top 2 prize cards for Mateus. Either of these decks beats Crustle very easily. No, Mateus does. Mateus has the Dunsparce EX. It has a shred attack. Go put you 3 months there. Big D. That he has Gabite in hand. Doesn't Gabite chain just give you the world? I mean, I guess that maybe is enough. Or just a single Gabite maybe is enough. So maybe you do just try and retreat to a Monkey Dory here then, right? To take away that prize card. Yeah, we see the consideration on the Monkey Dory there. Yeah, I think you should try and take away the prize card for sure. Gives you so much more flexibility in the late game. There's the Monkey Dory grab. I think he's correct here for Mateus. He's going to commit to it. The active treat and then the pass. All right, over to Nettie. Buddy Poff top deck, not bad. Yeah, the Gabite chain here. I guess it's a pretty big deal to whiff the Roselia, right? Now we can't. Well, I guess you can still boss KO. You can still boss KO Dunsparce. Actually, is the Dunsparce from Mateus a mistake? I feel like the 2 Garchomps prized. Top 2 prize cards are Fighting Gong and Lily's Determination. Yeah, is the Dunsparce bench there might be a mistake because this gives Nettie Gabite Boss for a prize card, right? Because it's weak to fighting. There's no Roselia. If there was a Roselia in play, then you can get it on a Dreepy anyway, so it's like, okay, it's fine. I actually think that's a mistake there from Mateus. Because the whole point of this Monkey Dory retreat is to make it as hard as possible for Nettie to get a prize card. Wouldn't sack the Dreep and save the energy for turn better. No, because your 2 turns removed from your Dragapult anyways. So like your attachment, your follow-up attachments can get boss KO'd before you get to do anything. And you have Crispins. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the trying to avoid the prize card makes more sense. All right, the Gabites are in. Even as a Chomp believer, I'd be okay letting the Pult win here to prevent the Crustal dub. No shot. We should defy once there. Squid kick. All right, Gabite number 2 coming in. I assume for a Gibble here. He's doing some final prize checking, it looks like. And there is only one Garchomp in the deck, which could be... Oh, searching out the Garchomp. Does that make any sense? Am I trolling? I feel like that makes 0 sense. Shouldn't we just get a Gibble here and go Gibble Gabite next turn? Is giving up on the 3rd Gibble? Maybe he wants to keep the Spiritomb option alive. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's to keep Spiritomb open, I guess. Interesting. All right, over to Mateus. Mateus is going to have triple Dracloak, no problem here. The big thing Mateus needs this turn is energy. We just need an energy attachment. That's all we really want. Can't KO Monkey if he goes for Gibble. What? 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 Who? What does that have to do with anything? With anything? Yeah, he priced 2 Garchomp, but I mean, if Mateus just goes boss KO Gabite off the bench before we can find the second Garchomp and just isolates a lone Garchomp, I don't know. That seems kind of scary. I don't know. Just yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of scary. Leaving the bench is open for the Spiritomb, there's like value in that, obviously, so I can definitely get that. Arch Dunsparce cycle here for Mateus. You need to raid to KO Monkey, so I think he plays for that. Oh, I see what you're saying. He needs to commit the Gabite search. Wait, does that actually make sense? He needs to commit the Gabite search this turn for the Garchomp so we can go Roserade next turn. I see what you're saying. I was so confused. I was like, how does that have anything to do with anything? I am picking up what you're putting down, though. I just kind of assumed that he was going to have, like, triple Roserade anyways next turn. So I, like, was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to have everything. So I was caught up on, like, is it worth keeping the bench space open? As, like, being the only thing to actually gain from not getting Gibble here. It's like, you want the bench space to be open. But there is more to it, I guess. Sure, you only have so many Gabite searches before you want to be attacking next turn with the Garchomp. How does this Pulp beat Crustal? To Dunsparce EX. Doesn't Chomp win Crustal matchup easily? Tank with Chomp? Nope. There's nothing forcing the Crustal player to attack into the Garchomp. Two more. That is that 4 Ultra Balls? 3? Can we get 4? Not quite. All of our draw power expended for the turn. We got our energy attachment. Probably going to be a pass from here. Oh, throwing out the Risky Runes. That is the only Stadium card, I believe, between both decks. I mean, putting it in play right now, I guess allows us to... Ooh. I guess that actually is kind of a big deal for the damage you could build up on that final basic or a follow-up basic from Nettie. It could matter. It could matter. Festival League did not make top cut, no. debating not getting... Okay. I was wondering what... I wonder what the debate was there to not get Rose Raid. Oh, there's the third Rose Raid. Okay. I mean, I guess I understand the value of trying to keep the... I mean, I guess that could happen, right? We could see the Spiritomb play actually happen. For sure. Yeah, okay. I guess it makes sense. Leave the bench open for Spiritomb. Now we can go... If Mateus attacks into the Garchomp, Nettie just goes Spiritomb knockout. All right, there's the KO. Draw a couple cards. Now over to Mateus. We did not get a Garchomp off the prize cards there. I wonder if Mateus ever gives this board state some consideration as far as... I mean, chasing Gabite here also removes the energy from play. I don't know. If I'm Mateus here, I would not hate going chase Gabite here. If we can find Psychic Energy plus Boss plus Dragapult, I think I'm chasing the Gabite here. And then next turn we go Crispin. We follow up with Crispin Punch the Garchomp. Yeah, I'm definitely chasing... Actually, no. You chasing Gabite here is just too good. Yeah. That's why I was talking about benching Gibble. Like, getting another Gabite established. Like, yeah, what happens if Mateus just chases our Gabite here? That's so bad. And Mateus can do it. Mateus could go Boss KO Gabite this turn and then Crispin attack next turn. And I feel like be in a commanding position. Because at that point, Nettie will have 0 energy in play. And it's just cooked. The Dunsparce cycle. I don't know where we're at yet. We're going back into the deck. There's still hella Ultra Balls in the deck. There's 6 billion cards in this hand. Do we have the play? Holy hand. There's 4 Ultra Ball in the hand. Very cool, very chill. Goes with the Crispin, okay. And you want a Boss, though. You want a Boss. Boss KO Gabite is too good here. Oh, it is 2 Risky Ruins, okay. Yeah, Crispin next turn. Boss this turn, Crispin next turn if we can. No, it's going to go with the Crispin anyways. Oh, wait, can we actually KO the Gabite? No, you can't. Oh, no, he didn't mess up. It's fine. Now, I feel like the Gabite KO is definitely just way better, but... fine. These takesies, backsies are crazy. Well, no, he hasn't, like... It's fine. He hasn't, like, actually done, like, finalized his searches or whatever. Got the Hero's Cape. Oh, that does say... I guess we are safe here. I don't like the 6 on the Rose Raid, though. It should be, like, 5-1, right? Shouldn't we put 1 on a different Rose Raid so we threaten... Because if it gets the tool card, we're still, like, 3 spreads away from knocking it out? Or no? Maybe I'm trolling with that. 8, 5. Oh, no, I guess it is 12. So it is still 2 spreads away from being KO'd. I guess that's fine. I still think I like the Gabite chase a little bit more, but I guess maybe it wasn't available to Mateus. No, I think it was available to Mateus. I think Mateus did have the Gabite chase there. And then you could just spawn trap Gibbles the rest of the game, right? Or just about? Maybe not quite? Yeah, maybe not quite. Oh, no, with the Risky Ruins, well, I guess the tool cards would have to get involved to protect the Gibbles. All right. This also plays around Spiritomb as well. I guess, like, without the Hero's Cape, attacking the active is really bad without the Hero's Cape, right? Because then Spiritomb just knocks us out. Yeah. But the Hero's Cape keeps us... Wait a second. No, we are at a Spiritomb range here. Okay, sure. So what is Nettie going to do here? You can't one-hit KO this Dragapult, but you do have to deal with it eventually. So is it as simple as just literally attack the active, set up the 2-hit KO here? That is so much time for Mateus, though. Maybe too much time for Mateus. Mateus can still attack with 2 more Dragapults. Your team can't KO? No, it cannot. It's close, but not quite. Pokegear from Netty. Broken card. Finds hilarious skill. Are we going to put that skill to use, though? Would a Team Rocket's Venture Bomb be in Garchomp? Probably pretty terrible. Oh, I see. Because you build up 20 damage on your... So you're doing plus 20 for your Spiritomb? Still probably bad. It's still probably bad. I think I'd rather play like a Kieran or a... I guess you can Petrol for the Venture Bomb. Oh, it's kind of memey. I kind of dig it. Oh, if you attack into the active here as well, you give over the possibility of like double Monkey Dory. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, this is really bad for Netty. Because if you attack into the active, you're going to get double Monkey Doried. If you attack into the active, you're going to get double Monkey Doried, and you're going to lose your Gabite and your Garchomp. Wait, isn't this just cooked? And if you don't attack, you also lose. You actually have to boss here. You have to boss here to try and get a Garchomp off the prize card. That's not boss. Wait, is that KO? Am I trolling? Oh, he has to get the second Premium Power Pro. He's going for the 1-hit KO, but he needs double Premium Power Pro. I mean, I guess if Mateus is okay with him taking it back, then I guess it's not that big of a deal. But he kind of did play the Lily. I don't know. Is that okay? Like, okay. Now, I'm fine with it if Mateus is fine with it. But what is the standard for, like, should the judge hold him to playing Lily's Determination there? Or is it okay for him to be like, Mateus, is it okay if I take this back? And Mateus is like, yeah, that's fine. Is it on Mateus to let him take that back? Or is the judge supposed to be like, nah, you're not allowed to take it back? Like, we should just be consistent with the rules here. That's all I'm asking for. I'm fine with, like, if I got to pick the rules, I'd be okay with letting Netty take it back if Mateus is okay with it, but... Yeah, he does need the second Premium Power Pro still. Mateus did the same thing with Crispin a turn ago. Well, no, he was picking too much energy to get. That's not the same thing. He needs 3 Premium Power Pro in total. Wait, what? He needs 3? I mean, honestly, it's probably still the correct to go for this play because you're in such a bad spot here as Netty. Play the Crispin down and put it back in hand. Oh, did he? Oh, I maybe missed that. Appreciate the 6 months there, Squawk. He pulled Crispin back, Ultra Balled for Balled, then Crispin. Wait, does he even play 3 Premium Power Pro? So would you let your opponent take back in a match? I mean, depends, but most of the time, no. I wouldn't let my opponent take anything back. Oh, we got the tool card. Okay, we got the tool card, so we can protect our Gabite. That's actually huge. And you have to protect the Gabite here, otherwise you lose to double Monkey Dory. There's a Monkey Dory in the discard pile, but you're only a Night Stretcher away, a Night Stretcher and a Dark Energy away from being able to utilize it still. Doesn't even play triple Premium Power Pro. This play seems super weird to me if he doesn't even play triple Premium Power Pro. Why'd we even go for this? Wait, now we just lose to double Monkey Dory. Oh, we're gonna punch with the Gabite. Oh, okay. This makes more sense. We're gonna punch with Gabite. But this is still terrible. Mateus can just go knock out... Even if Mateus whiffs boss, Mateus can just go knock out Gabite, knock out Gibble, and the game's still over. Like, this actually just still doesn't do anything. Not that Nettie had a better play, but, like, Nettie's just in a terrible spot. Now Mateus can knock out both little guys. Ideally, Mateus wants boss Monkey Dory here and knock out Garchomp, knock out Gabite. But Mateus can also just go knock out Gabite, knock out Gibble, and then attach return to a Dracloak. And he's still in a commanding position. Yeah, this is looking pretty cooked for Nettie. If not 100% just over. Oh, wait, doesn't Mateus have it? Am I trolling? I thought I saw the Night Stretcher in hand. I think Mateus might just have the boss KO Garchomp. Well, no, he might not have the boss, actually. All right, to Dunsparce. We setting up a Toon Play? No, this is not setting up for any kind of Toon Play. Wait a second. No. Oh, yeah. And the boss is in hand, so this is just going to be game here. Yep. There's the boss. I feel like we had to still put the... We maybe still need to put the power weight on the Gabite there. The Premium Power Pro is just so confusing to me, though. I don't know. Knockout 4. I mean, I put the 2 on the Gibble. Doesn't really matter. This game is just cooked. 3 price turn for Mateus. Leaving Nettie with no Gabites, no Garchomps in play, no possibility of a big attack this turn. This Dragapult survives another turn. The only out I can see for Nettie back into this one is like, I don't know, push up a Rose Raid. Push up Rose Raid and then boss Dracloak and hope it can't retreat, but obviously that's not going to happen. Oh, you could get Unfair Stamp involved, but still probably unlikely to stick. Double Dracloak to Dunsparce on the bench. Going to see quite a few cards. Fuck? What's that guy doing up there? I guess it dies anyways. It doesn't matter, right? Because I guess it... No. Yeah, I guess it died. Okay, it is correct to put it in the active because it dies on the bench anyways, right? Because double Monkey Dory damage spread. So if we can move the Dracloak, it doesn't matter. So no, pushing up Gabite is correct for sure. Pushing Gabite into the active is correct. Because no matter where it is on the board, it dies. So you may as well have it in the active so you don't have to get it into the active because you have to boss up a Dracloak off Mateus' bench and trap it in the active. Not if he attaches Tool. That is actually true. The Tool could save him. I don't know how many tools he has left, but fair actually. Oh, also Rocky Fighting would protect it on the bench as well. Okay, maybe there's some value to leaving it on the bench. All right, my bad. You're right. That is true. That is true. There's maybe a couple different reasons. A couple different outs. But there it is. Nettie concedes. Mateus gets the dub. Yeah, double chomp was prized. It was unfortunate.